Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here. Yet another cigar box guitar. This is an orange Camacho Acoustic Electric with a single coil pickup, 3 strings. These boxes are really popular and really cool. They've got a really nice finish on them. Shiny, pretty. Black neck with the white fret markers. Logo, as always, on the end there. Signed and numbered, as always, right there if you can see it on the bottom. Old-timey strap holders, big old bolts, perfectly intonated. Bolt for a bridge, bolt for a nut. It's tuned A, E, A. And here's how it sounds with a slide. People ask me what kind of amplifier should I use with these. The answer is simple: any. These are regular electric guitars as far as the insides, just like any guitar you buy, any electric guitar you buy, all the way up to $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 Les Paul or whatever, or all the way down to a $200 Fender Squier. Basically, an electric guitar is an electric guitar is an electric guitar. Most of my CBGs, to kind of get off the subject briefly, have pretty much the same sound, because the tone is really dictated by the type of box you've got in the pickup. Just like any other guitar, the tone is dictated more by the pickup and the body of the guitar, how heavy it is, what kind of wood it's got, so forth. And of course, sometimes the neck itself and the finish on the neck, whether it's a rosewood or a maple neck, for instance. These are red oak, so you can kind of think of it kind of as a maple neck kind of tone, from the fretboard anyway. But the different size boxes will determine your tone and the sustain. I also put a lot of wood in here to make it weighted, to give you not only to make it balance properly like this instead of like this when you're standing on stage, but also to increase the sustain. It really makes a big difference. Other than that, most of my cigar box guitars, I can't speak for others, they have almost identical tone, because I make them all the same way, and I reinforce them the same way, and I put the weights in there the same way, and I put the bridge the same way, and the nut, and so forth and so forth. So a lot of people say, what kind of amp can I use? And the answer is any amp, because you can use any amp with any electric guitar. You can use any amp with any cigar box guitar. You can take a Fender Squier, you know, $129 Squier Telecaster or Stratocaster, and you can plug it into a $1,000 Marshall stack. It'll sound just fine. You can also plug it into a $100 Roland Cube amp. Sounds just fine. You just have a different kind of a tone to it, you know, different brightness, cleaner tone, better tone maybe with expensive ones, but it's really up to you, totally up to you. I've played tons of gigs with those little dinky cube amps, tons and tons and tons. And I've also played with a 1961 Fender Super. I've played with a 1978 100-watt Music Man amplifier. I've played through, what else? The Cube Street amps, which are pretty cool. But I prefer a tube amp. That's just me. That's just me. Some people prefer the solid state amps, but I've been kind of blessed to have acquired some good tube amps over the years, and I just can't go back. If I'm playing a little bitty, you know, coffee shop gig, I use my Cube Street because it's got a PA plus a guitar amplifier built into it. Works just great for those little bitty gigs like that. But if I'm going to rock out on a stage, I really prefer a tube amp. Now again, that's me. That may not be you. That's me. That's my preference. Your mileage may vary. I have noticed, however, in my opinion, that tube amps make cigar box guitars sound so much better. They really do. Just like they make any guitar sound so much better. You could take a Fender Squier, Fender Telecaster, Squier Telecaster, Squier Strat, and you can plug it into a really good amp and it sounds amazing. You can take that same guitar, plug it into an okay amp, and it sounds pretty good. Big difference between pretty good and amazing. So me, I prefer the tube amps. They tend to bring out the organic tone of a cigar box. They tend to increase the sustain a little bit. Again, that's me. If you've got 18 amps up there, like Joe Bonamassa, and you can plug them in and you can compare, you may come up with a whole different viewpoint than I do. But hey, that's what makes the world go round. Once again, thanks for watching and thanks for your kind support, Doodles.